How do you do, fellow classic truck owners? May I join you? The 2023 Bronco Sport Heritage Limited is a throwback version of the crossover SUV meant to evoke the styling of the original 1966 Bronco. It's available in a variety of retro colors, including this robin's egg blue, comes with the white grille, the white roof, and the white Steely style wheels, which are aluminum and wrapped in 29-inch all-terrain tires. It's based around the Bronco Sport Badlands, which is the most rugged version of the model. So it has 8.8 inches of ground clearance, underbody protection, a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system that you can lock in all-wheel drive, and a torque vectoring rear differential for extra traction. The Heritage Limited comes standard and only with the Bronco Sport's 250 horsepower, 2-liter turbocharged engine and 8-speed automatic transmission. Just like a big SUV, the glass on the Bronco Sport opens separately from the tailgates. You can slide long things in there like the requisite surfboard. It is a Bronco after all. The front part of the cabin is very comfortable and the controls have a nice layout. There are even lots of knobs and buttons, which makes it seem old school today. The Heritage Limited also comes with unique leather upholstery that's got a perforated pattern that kind of looks like plaid. And the leather itself is surprisingly high quality for a vehicle like this. To illustrate that for you, I'm going to caress it gently. There's also a lot of headroom front and rear thanks to the boxy styling and the step in the roof. As for my 6'1" scooch test, where I see if I can fit behind myself with the driver's seat set the way I like it, it's good to keep in mind that the Bronco Sport is technically a subcompact, so there will be scooching going on. Now it's time for the Caffeina cup and bottle holder count, brought to you by Caffeina Caffeinated Water. It's spring water with a kick, kind of like a certain horse. The Bronco Sport actually has an interesting beverage service. It has 2 standard cup holders up front with an 8.4-ounce slim can slot between them, 2 in the rear armrest, and bottle slots in all 4 doors. In fact, the front doors have extra slots for oversized bottles. Plus, there's a bottle opener in the tailgate jamb for the kind of beverages you drink when you're done driving for the day. Caffeina! Buy it on Amazon using the link in the description below. Fun fact about this, compared to the original Bronco, the 1966 model was available with an optional 200 horsepower V8. So it's actually more powerful. It's also nearly 2 feet longer and a couple inches wider and weighs a couple of 100 pounds more. So that 250 horsepower is welcome. While this doesn't have the ground clearance or wheel travel of a legitimate off-road truck, it does have heavy-duty springs and monotube off-road shocks. Wouldn't get too crazy on the rocks, but on rough dirt and sand roads, it's a lot of fun. And while that torque vectoring rear diff is about maximizing traction, when you turn the wheel and floor it, kind of turns this into a little donut machine. The off-road modes also enable a front nose camera for when you're going down tight trails or blind rises, and it really does come in handy. This also has Ford's trail control low-speed cruise control that you can set with the buttons on the steering wheel for cruising through trails like this. But out here on the sand, this is a little more fun when you give it the spurs. And despite the upright stance and all-terrain tires, this is a nice on-road vehicle as well, and even comes standard with a lane centering adaptive cruise control. Fuel economy isn't spectacular. It gets 26 miles per gallon highway, 23 combined, so it is very much an SUV. The price, on the other hand, is kind of high. This lists for about 47 grand, which seems like a lot for a subcompact SUV, but it does come pretty loaded. That said, you can get into the larger Broncos Heritage Edition for about the same price, at least before you add options. On the bright side, for people who get their hands on one of these, Ford only built 1966, so it may be a collectible someday. It's not coming back for 2024, but there is a Heritage Edition that's based on the Bronco Sport's Big Bend trim that doesn't have all the off-road gear this one does, but starts at $36,000. Perhaps more important, it does have the robin's egg blue paint, so you can still pretend you own an old truck.